Hi, I'm Crystal from Anime Milwaukee, and I'm here with Ian Sinclair. Thank you for coming to Anime Milwaukee and doing panels and such.
Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. So how did you get into voice acting?
Well, I was going to school for theater at TCU, and I always did accents in theater because I found out that if you can do an accent, then you can get cast. Because there's always the Russian guy in the background or something like that. So I found that was the easiest way to get cast.
Okay.
So I was always doing funny accents, and I had a friend who was also in the theater program, and he too did funny accents, and he was going to go up to Funimation to do a session, and he said, "Hey, you want to come with?" And,
that's cool.
And I went with him, and I later figured out that it was Chris Sabat who was directing at the time. I couldn't figure. I was like, some bald dude with a low voice. I don't know. And he looked at me because I was standing behind him, trying to be quiet and trying not to be bothersome. And he said, "You want to do a line?" Oh yeah. So I go in there and I said, "Yes, sir." And that was it. And like I said, "Yes, sir." They thought they got free work out of some kid. They got this bit taken care of, and they moved on. But then, I think it was between 3 and 6 months later, that character came back and said, "Yes, sir," again. I think he was like a chauffeur or something. And I said, "Yes, sir," again. So they had to go, "Oh, God, who was that kid?" And they called me back, and that's how I got a contract. And and I started doing voice. I was also at TCU. They have a great voice program. Actually, Lydia Mackey, who in Full Metal and tons of other stuff, is teaching there right now.
Okay.
And Lee Ritchie. Hey, Lee! He was my voice teacher, and we had to we learned a lot about commercial stuff, and so I got into doing commercials and that kind of stuff. So I was doing that while being trained as a voice actor at Funimation, because I'm a firm believer that Funimation is some of the best voice acting training in the world, because it's like, hey, I want you to act. You can only act in these little bursts and while the mouth is going, and then you have to stop, and you go, and then you have to justify the pauses and stuff like that, and make sure you don't sound like, Star Trek, like William Shatner. So you have to learn within these confines, and so I've been doing that for, I can't even remember. It was, 8 years or something like that, and just being background guy, and that's how I learned to do that, and it's helped me in all my other commercial stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Is there any other experiences or maybe training that you would say shaped your career? Oh, theater training absolutely would be my answer. I was a theater major. I didn't know what I was going to be. I didn't know how I was going to do that. But my mom was she was a producer for radio back before she had us and had to deal with us being screaming kids. So she still tells me that, "Oh, I'm the reason you got into this." And yes, Mom, you are. You're totally the reason I do this. And so I was going to be RTVF, and I wanted to learn all about radio and television. And I loved film, but I knew that the best actors out there had all done theater at some point. So I said, well, I don't want to do that. And so I went to a class, and I did a small project for a student director, and then the theater program said, "You're going to be a theater major, right?" And I was okay. Yeah. So I did that for a few years, and I really got into theater. And I did theater professionally for a few years after college as well. And theater teaches you so much about truth and simplicity and acting. And if I didn't have that, then I would just be somebody who can do funny voices, and I always wanted to be somebody who can act with their voice. And so theater, and that's what when people say, what's the best way to get good at voice acting is acting. And so years of crazy old theater. Well, that's cool. Okay. What is the voice acting role that you are most recognized by fans?
No idea. Okay. It's interesting because it goes from as things come out. I'm known for different things. For a while, it was Bardroy and Black Butler, which I directed and ran around screaming "Black Butler" for a couple of years. So people recognize me from that, and then I get recognized from Seki Ray. I'm starting to get people screaming Chuck at me now, which is fun.
Yeah.
Chuck from Penny and Stock
Right,
is some of the most fun I've had. And now I'm doing Toriko, and we've got the third disc coming out next month. Toriko, coming out from Funimation Entertainment. It's food, it's fighting, it's fun, it's toy. Please buy it. So Toriko is, and Toriko is probably one of my favorites, and the one I like talking about and as the most, because he just talks about food.
That's cool.
I get that and I love that.
Okay, cool. Having the experience of working behind the scenes in various roles, which role is your favorite and why?
Well, I've got my joke answer, which is acting because it pays more. But I loved directing, and have I the opportunity to do it again, in a heartbeat, I'll do it. I love directing because with voice acting in anime, you get a very it's a very interesting experience. You come in, you may have done research on the show, you may not have, depending on your director. Some directors have told me, don't research the role before you come in because I want you to experience it and just be you and live the role. Right. And sometimes they're like, you need to know that you're actually a psycho killer and all that, and so you need to see later episodes. Right. So as a voice actor, you just go in and you deliver, you perform, and then you're done. You're done in a few hours, but directing, that world is your world for months. Like, I lived Black Butler. My morning music mix is still Black Butler music, and I love directing. It's to really shape something and to put yourself into something and have it's an amazing responsibility. I mean, every sound you hear in an anime has gone through a director. Right. So, and I say this, and I like to say this in interviews, if you ever get angry at an actor for their performance, I'm sorry, I'm looking into like...
Just look right here. Yeah.
Cool. I've been doing this the entire time. If you ever get mad at an actor for his performance in an anime, don't get mad at the actor. Talk to the director. Because every sound that you hear in an anime was passed by that director, and they chose that. And it's an amazing responsibility, but it's also, I mean, it's something that there are still laughs in Black Butler 1 that Monica Rial did that I freak out about. Like every noise as a director you get into. And that's, I love, and it's beautiful. And Black Butler resonates still with me in a really real way.
Oh, yeah, it's a good show.
I love it.
Me too.
Oh, good.
What are you up to now? Do you have future plans?
Well, I just finished filming a movie with Eric Vale, who wrote this wonderful movie called Chariot, and it was really fun. It was a bunch of people on an airplane going, "Why are we on this airplane?" And it's really great. We got Anthony Montgomery from Star Trek Enterprise in it, and we just wrapped that last week. So I've been home crying and sleeping because it's done. And I can sleep and eat, and I'm off of a plane. I was on a plane for 2 weeks straight. So that should be coming out at some point. And then I'm praying I get to do more Toriko. We've released, as the third disc is going to be coming out next month, I think, and I love Toriko, and so I'm praying we get more. So if y'all love it and buy it, then we get to do more.
Okay. What would you like to share with your fans? Do you want to say anything? Any shout outs?
Baba booey baba. I don't know. Just thank you for watching. And Anime Milwaukee is a great con. And if you're in the area and this hasn't already we're not already done, then come out. I don't know. That and please buy Toriko.
Let's see. How can fans follow you and find out more information?
That is a fantastic question. I do have. I started my own fan page, so I can actually interact because I don't get on the face spacey my bookie tweety thingy. But it has been impressed upon me that I need to do that. So I have a page. It's facebook.com/Ian's Voice, IANS Voice, and. So yeah, there's that, and I just started tweeting. Okay. So, which is a bunch of me tweeting about food I'm eating, because that's the most interesting thing I do in a day. So, which is Ian tweeting. Yeah, that's my hashtag handle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Handle.
Ian tweeting and facebook.com/Ian's Voice.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming to Anime Milwaukee, and we're very happy to have you.
Thank you.